How's it going, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. It's just Joshua once again, bringing you another Elyon guide. Today I'm going to be going over my Mystic build for bossing. This is going to be strictly a PvE build, and it's going to be more for bossing and single target damage and damage amplification, rather than it's going to be for any type of grinding or PvP. Now, why this is useful is this is going to be useful for dungeons, and this is also going to be useful for Hall of Challenges. If you guys don't know what Hall of Challenges is, it is one of your transcendent dungeons. It is on a weekly reset, and it's meant to actually push levels and give you a bunch of really good rewards. Once you can start making it to 30 plus, you start getting these fragment binding stones, which are used to make legendaries. You start getting these epic reset scroll selection boxes. They're amazing because if you fail your enhancements, you can just reset it. It's amazing. There's a purple ring that you can keep getting these every week and upgrading them. Then you start getting some of these legendary level 2 boxes. Then you eventually start getting these unstables. There's a radiant equipment upgrade stone, which is huge. And then eventually when you get to these high floors, which I don't think I can hit yet with my gear, I think I need a breakthrough weapon first, which I've had terrible luck on. You get these another epic reset selection box, which so that's 2 a week. Then you get these equipment random effect changers, which are also amazing. They're really hard to get. And then you get these things that are probably, in my opinion, the best loot in the game. They're Radiant Succession Stone Fragments. So anytime you have an item that's level 10 or higher for purple, you can actually use these and a bunch of other items. But you can use these and take your plus 10 purple straight to plus 10 legendary. Which is going to be an insane gear score boost, but you have to be able to hit level 50 for it first. I personally cannot do that yet. I haven't actually tested how high I can get yet, so I'm going to do that in this video. However, I'm going to show you for Mystic what I am running, why I'm running it, and how I plan on getting there. So first we're going to start off with Mana Awakening. I'm running Amplify for extra damage. I'm running Precise for extra accuracy. I'm running Frugality, so I use less energy to basically negate out the extra cost of Amplify. Using Preparation for defense. And then I'm going down through all the versatility to the Lifesteal. Grab some extra versatility here and grab a bunch of max attack all the way up. So there's my Mana Awakening tree. Then for runes, I'm currently missing 33 orange, but it's okay. That's mainly for PvP. It's not going to help us much in this DPS scenario. So I'm running Increase All Magic Damage, increase basic crit hit power. You could also run the decrease energy consumption, whichever you prefer. I prefer the crit power right now. Then I'm also running Judgment, which hits them with a lightning bolt for 80 power. Which is essentially around like 250 damage, but then it's scaled by 300%. So every 1 second, because I have such high crit rate that I'm critting like basically off of cooldown, I'm doing about 800 to 900 extra DPS, which is huge. Then in orange, we have increased damage of all projectiles. Then we have increased critical hit rate of projectiles. You can also run increase crit rate. I'm actually probably going to do that for this one because a lot of my damage is going to be dot damage and minions and stuff like that, so I'll pick that one. I'm going to run continuous damage for my dot damage. That's a huge 25% increase. And then I'm running control for the seismic wave. I might actually switch to, yeah, I'm going to actually switch to infection for this one. So we're going to switch to Infection for extra DPS. Then I'm running Drop Rate, which these ones don't matter. I'm running Crit Hit Rate, which does matter. You can do either Dodge or you can use the Fate one. I'm actually going to use that for a damage increase. And then we can either do crit hit rate upon shift evade, or we could do attack speed. It doesn't really matter. I'm probably going to do crit hit rate. And then, of course, we're going to stay 9 attribute points because those are huge. Then we're gonna do the energy recovery by 5. Stamina doesn't really matter, and HP doesn't really matter since we're running Life Leech. And then these ones don't really matter because there's nobody else in the party. If I had 12 in this build right now, I would actually be running this one, which would increase my DPS by 5% more. Blue, we're actually going to take the crit hit resist. We're going to take the decreased PvE damage. We're going to take the take a barrier, and then we're also going to do the decreased damage taken. We're going to save that, and then we're going to do increases all incoming damage, but also increases all damage, and then we're going to double it, and then we're also going to decrease the energy cost upon entering combat status. So that's going to be those. As far as gear goes, I'm not running anything special. I still have horrible luck with my gear. Just a basic breakthrough hat. No real good abilities on there. Same thing with here. You know, nothing crazy. No good stats. No good stats. I do have a max weapon attack on here, but it's not even maxed, and it's still knights. Then I'm also running these ones. It's once again nothing really good there. Here crit hit rate's okay, and then here, you know, decreases cooldown and HP absorption. I do have my PvP accessories, so I don't really even have like anything crazy. Got a little bit of continuous damage here, and then for luminous we are running altar. We're running yellow altar. Increases max weapon attack, magic power, crit hit rate. Now for abilities. Abilities, they're kind of up to you. In my opinion, Altered Toxic Swarm is mandatory. You could run Restrained Vine if you want. I would run Blue if you do. Star Call, I really don't feel is good for this situation. Sunlight, I use just basically as an avoidance. It's okay. Tree Spirit, you can do whatever you want. I'm only running it for the taunt. If anything, I would probably run the take 50% damage and or the barrier. Either one of those is good. I am running Whip Root actually for the ranged and the stiffen. We're going to use that to amplify our back attack. Now our back attack actually scales from the fixed effect on the breakthrough offhand. Increases damage by 3% for 10 seconds each time a rear attack hits on a 1-second cooldown. Now you can basically have permanent 30% damage uptime using this ability. Or using that fixed effect. Now that's why we're going to use these, because we can kite the enemies around and use that to our advantage. I'm going to use Nature's Protection, increase damage of all skills by 15% to ramp up our magic damage. I'm going to use Spirit Bird just for healing. We don't really need it though. Daybreak, I use this as AoE and or an invulnerability. Then we're going to use the Summon Spirit Golem, but we're going to use the Fire variant. We're going to use the Fire variant because it deals 100 power, which is essentially like 300 to 400 damage, to surrounding enemies within a 5-meter radius every 2 seconds. That's good. However, what we're really going for is has a chance to inflict Armor Melt when it hits enemies. Armor Melt increases incoming damage by 15% for 10 seconds. So we're going to use that to basically scale our damage higher on top of Nature's Protection, and then we're going to use the Whip Root and like the continuous damage and stuff to scale everything. So that's going to be huge, and that's where most of our damage is going to come from. We also have other options. I only brought one with me, and it's only 5%, but we have the Elixir of Wrath, and that's pretty much it. We can scale our damage with buffs a little bit more if we really wanted to. We could go get the house buff for accuracy, which would be huge. We could go use the accuracy skill attribute rune, which would probably increase our DPS by a good bit. I just don't have one upgraded right now. I let all my potions expire because I haven't been active lately. I've been busy producing content, so I'm killing my own progression. You guys are welcome, but it's all right. I do it for the community. I love it. As long as you guys are making progress, I'm making progress too in my book. You know what I mean? So, probably not. So I was trying to see if I have any accuracy. So it's basically this vitality one's for health, but it's an accuracy one you'd put in your house. And then I would come stocked on these 10% Elixir of Wrath 3s, but I don't have any right now. So this is what we're going to run with. I am 46. That doesn't really matter much. 500 gear score, that may be high to some, but I'm much, much lower than others. I do not have a breakthrough weapon. Don't have a bunch of min and max attack. I'm only 700 to 1100 weapon attack. So this is what we're rocking with, and we're going to do the best we can. I decided to start this video at stage 30 out of 50 because the first 30 aren't that big of a deal. This is where you're actually going to be able to see playstyle, damage scaling, stuff like that, and where it's actually going to take a little bit of time. That way you guys can actually see the build in motion. The one other option we have is we have rune scrolls, which we can use. I don't have any with me. They're all in my bank. So that's about it. Now I guess we'll just get right into it. So this is going to be stage 30. This is going to be a boss. Okay, so he's coming in. I'm going to start with my fire golem, my whip roots, my taunt guy, and then pop my shield. And we're going to work on getting some back attacks. He's going to get focused on my tree spirit here. And then we can always backpedal too. Backpedaling will pull the boss to you and get your rear attacks going. Make sure to eat these orbs. Since he's a mage, he doesn't take to the backpedaling very easily. But we do. You can see my stacks down there, the times 10 down by my shield. The orbs are starting to hit him in his back. Okay, we got those. We got the whip roots. They're going to be on the other side attacking him even though he's facing me, so we'll still get that full damage. They fell off, but it's okay though. We're going to ramp up some energy here because I'm too low. Okay, we're going to spam him again. This boss is just kind of annoying, so because he throws you around everywhere. I keep making him accidentally eat those orbs, so he's absorbing all that damage, but it's okay. He'd be dead already if I was actually paying a little bit more attention to mechanics, but it's okay because we don't really have to. Now we're on stage 31. I'm going to save my wrath for a time where I feel like I actually need the extra damage. That one we probably could have had him done a lot quicker, but I just felt like it wasn't needed. Now with these guys, I kind of space out my minions, and I'm going to put my whip roots over here. I'm going to spam my AoEs. This is basically a free round. You can actually go AFK during this if you really wanted to. Go get a drink because the gold you get's not really worth anything. It's just a free pass round, so you get rewards for these goblins spawn at an RNG rate, so doesn't really matter. Now we're going on the stage. What's this going to be? 32? As you can see, we killed all the ads already, and we're almost done with this harpy already, and we're only a minute into this round, so our damage is actually pretty high. It didn't show on that boss because he absorbed most of our damage, but we pumped out almost a mil damage in a minute. Okay, he's gonna die, so we could just come over here, get ready for the next round. Gonna go to 33. Put down our taunt guy, put down our whip root, summon our shield. And I ignore those mechs. Those mechs are just kind of trash, to be honest. And these ones, we're just going to keep both dotted the entire time. We can burst whoever, it doesn't matter. We're just going to try to make sure our rot dot damage is constantly going at all times, and try to make sure our back attack's constantly up since they are split. And since they are semi-ranged, they will fly away from each other a lot. Summon our trance again, and then finish out the burst phase. One's about to go down. It's going to go down here in a second. And then the other one only has 100k left. Throw that stun, throw the whip roots, and we can dodge that ability. And then he's just going to die to dots here. Build some energy, and we got a purple magic stone. There's 10 minutes left to use my potion. Losing another potion for content. Sheesh. It's alright. It's alright. I love you guys. Do it for the Vine, even though Vine's dead. You know what I mean? Sheesh. This one has, you could see that boy has 1.7 mil health. But it's okay because the harpies we just fought did too. Except over 2 of them. They were just split. So ain't no big deal. Assassins have a very easy time with stuff like this because they could just rainfall. Rainfall. Okay, our damage got messed up a little bit there, so we got to ramp it up a little bit. I just don't think I have the gear for this stage yet, to be honest. We can have the best build in the world, but if our gear is not where we need it to be, it ain't gonna work. Yeah, we just don't have the gear. We would need to be doing about 20% more damage. So if I had more max attack on my gear or like projectile damage, we would definitely have it. But at least you guys got to see the build. You got to see some progression. I'm probably going to do one more push later tonight for the rest of it. I know I'm not that far away, so a little bit of changes and we could do it. But that's going to be my build. That's going to be one of my Holo Challenges attempts. And thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you on the flip side. Just Joshua signing out.